There will be spoilers for Black Mirror seasons 1 through 4. In Metalhead, we follow the story of Bella, Clark, and Anthony, who are on a mission to retrieve an item for a dying child. During their mission, they encounter a robot dog that murders Clark and Anthony. Bella manages to escape, but is relentlessly chased by the dog through a post-apocalyptic wasteland. The dog was inspired by the robots created by Boston Dynamics. In the book Inside Black Mirror, the show's creator, Charlie Brooker, claimed, "I'd been inspired in part by the Boston Dynamics videos. Those robots are nightmarishly familiar in terms of their shape and some of the movements they make. And at the same time, there's something completely unknowable and alien about them." During the opening of Metalhead, Anthony commented on the farm that they passed, saying that the farm used to be full of pigs, and assumed the dogs took care of them, implying that the dogs hunt down and kill not just humans, but all other animals, explaining why we don't see or hear another living creature in this entire episode. Clark said how he couldn't hack being a pig, because they walk with their snouts the same height as their. Then he asked, "What kind of society is that?" Bella answered, "An equal one." This answer is most likely a reference to George Orwell's novel Animal Farm, a story about a group of animals who remove the humans from their farm and form a new government led by the pigs. The animals followed a new set of rules called the 7 Commandments. The original 7th commandment was all animals are equal. When they arrive at the warehouse, Bella and Anthony go inside to retrieve the item, while Clark tries to start up the van. By the way, when Clark connected his device to the van, the screen displayed lines of text that start with BM04, as in Black Mirror Season 4. On the top line, you can see Callister/60s, in reference to Season 4, Episode 1, USS Callister. Below that is Mia Nolan/Architecture, in reference to the architect Mia Nolan from Season 4, Episode 3, Crocodile. And the last line of text has Reddit/Easter egg. When Clark starts up the van, the screen displays a list of every Black Mirror episode in order from seasons 1 through 2. And next to each episode are titles, acronyms, character names, or words that relate to each story. Below that is the question, "Why did you bother pausing this, you freak?" Making me question my life choices. Anyway, everything goes wrong and Bella is chased by an adorable puppy. The fight between Bella and the dog reminded me of an episode from the Twilight Zone, the original series, called The Invaders. By the way, there will be spoilers for this Twilight Zone episode. It's a really good episode and I highly recommend you check it out. The Invaders and Metalhead share a lot of similarities. The Invaders is about a woman surviving in a harsh, uninhabited part of the world. One night, her home gets attacked by aliens who look like mini robots, similar to the final conflict in Metalhead with Bella and the dog fighting in the house. When the alien robots fire their weapons at the woman, they leave what appears to be small radiation burns on her skin, looking like the trackers the dog launched at Bella. At the beginning of The Invaders, there was a set of knives that the woman used to prepare food with. Later in the episode, one of the robots takes a knife and uses it as a weapon. Towards the end of Metalhead, when the dog breaks into the house, it picks up a knife and uses it to hunt down Bella. At the end of The Invaders, it's revealed that the robots are not robots or aliens. They're human beings. In Metalhead, the dog is so cold and alien that it's easy to forget that humans created these machines. In an early draft of the script, Charlie Brooker wanted to reveal that it was a person operating the dog, but decided not to use that idea because it took away from the simplicity of the story. The goal was to create a straightforward post-apocalyptic chase between a robot and a human. Metalhead reminded me of another Black Mirror episode called Men Against Fire. In Men Against Fire, we follow 2 soldiers named Stripe and Ray. Their mission was to hunt down and kill these things called roaches. Later, it's revealed that the roaches were not monsters, they were just regular people. The mass system made people with certain genetics look like demonic creatures when the soldiers saw them. Stripe's implant was tampered with and shut off. Stripe had the ability to see that the targets were not a threat and decided to protect them. Currently, there is no backstory for Metalhead. In fact, in the book Inside Black Mirror, Charlie Brooker explained, "We never explained this, but it's meant to be a military robot. A war has happened and these things are all over the place, having killed everything. When the mass system was disabled, Stripe learned about the awful acts he was committing, so he decided to turn against the establishment. If the other soldiers were placed in Stripe's situation, they would most likely go against their orders as well. With robots, there is no need to put an illusion over their eyes. The dog doesn't feel anything, so it has no empathy. It just works with the minimal information it needs to track down and kill its target, making them extremely efficient soldiers. They won't rebel against the system, and there won't be any major disruptions to carrying out the orders they were given. Programming these machines with a lack of humanity has led to the end of humankind. It's revealed that Bella, Clark, and Anthony were on a mission to retrieve a replacement teddy bear for Bella's dying nephew. A lot of people were saying how the reveal of the teddy bears implied that they were high-tech stuffed animals, like the stuffed monkey that contained Carrie's consciousness in the episode Black Museum, a stuffed animal that had a consciousness receptor, a camera, and had very limited responses. In fact, it just had two: monkey loves you and monkey needs a hug. It was pretty messed up. Some people were thinking that Bella, Clark, and Anthony were on a mission to retrieve this high-tech stuffed animal and transfer the nephew's consciousness into the teddy bear before he died. Even though it's a pretty interesting theory, this was not the meaning behind the teddy bears. In an interview from Entertainment Weekly, Charlie Brooker claimed it was originally going to be toys, but the director of Metalhead, David Slade, wanted it to be the only soft and comforting thing that we saw in the entire piece. The teddy bears were just teddy bears, and not manufactured devices created by Rollo Haynes in the TCKR research facility. Plus, Clark mentions that the teddy bear is not going to save Bella's nephew, and Bella replies that she just wants to give comfort to a dying child in his last days. Bella and the dog are an even match. The dog is built with the necessary tech to make it an efficient killing machine. Bella uses her intelligence and survival skills to evade its attacks, like how she strategically threw the candy at the dog's head to make it run out of battery. By the way, the candy Bella used looked a lot like the hard candy Shazia had in the episode Crocodile. Even though Bella destroys the robot, their battle ends in a tie. After the dog's death, it releases one more shell filled with trackers. Bella gets hit by the metal shrapnel, and the trackers cover her face. Possibly why this episode is called Metalhead, or because she won the battle by literally destroying the robot's metal head. In an interview from Inside Black Mirror, the show's executive producer, Annabelle Jones, claimed, "The biggest distinction between Bella and the robot is humanity. She could hunt for survival, but the thing that undoes her is the quest to give some comfort to a dying nephew." Bella, Anthony, and Clark promised Bella's sister that they would get that teddy bear. Also, the teddy bears appeared to be white, like the one from the episode White Bear. However, the song Golden Brown by the Stranglers playing during the final battle was most likely implying that the teddy bears were golden brown. The dog didn't appear to be guarding the box full of teddy bears or any of the items in the warehouse. The dog being on the shelf was meant to imply that these things are everywhere. Although it is interesting that the dog decided to hibernate next to the box full of teddy bears, almost like it scanned what was inside of it and determined that humans were more likely to go for that box over any other box in the warehouse. But that's just speculation. Bella, Clark, and Anthony were acting out of compassion. The dog was very calculated and didn't waste time. Bella was a human being, so she was empathetic and irrational. That's why she stopped for Anthony when the robot was going to kill him, why she slowed down her car to check on Clark, and why she spent an unnecessary amount of time on a call with her friends and family, even though she knew the dog could track the signal. Bella truly understood the importance of getting that teddy bear. In the house, Bella took a big pause when she saw what was in the living room. It appeared as if certain items in that room reminded her of the life she had before the dogs. It gave her a calm, peaceful moment in the nightmare she was living. In the end, Bella decided to end her life. She realized she could not take out the trackers before the rest of the dogs arrived at the house. We also know how hard and agonizing it was for her when she removed just one of those trackers. Even though the ending is incredibly dark, the overall message of Metalhead is somewhat optimistic. In a world that's devoid of color, Bella, Clark, and Anthony ventured out to get this golden brown teddy bear. Even in a hopeless situation, humans will go to great lengths to make this world a little more bearable for the ones we love.